So, hey, yeah, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dungeon Nerding with Dahlia. And again, we're back to Bloodwych. And today I wanted to show you some spells of the game, some of my favorite spells, some useful spells, some funny spells, but hopefully some interesting spells. And yeah, and I wanted to present you the variety of spells this game had. That was, in my opinion, pretty extraordinary, not only for that time. But okay, enough of the chit-chat now. The desk. Let me just start the game. Hold on. And see if it works. Looking good so far. Then let me shrink the cam, so you can see all of the game like that. Okay, let's go. We are somewhere here in the end of the Dragon Tower. And I picked this location for a reason. Hold on, we're turned around here in the middle of that room. As you can see, I put a moon elixir to this side. Turning back, walking straight, we'll end up at the moon elixir again. On the other side, this greenish thing might be an adamant plate. Yes, it's an adamant plate. Okay, but we'll start to this side here. And maybe to start with the offensive spells, we're going to start with the fire line, as the fire line has the most offensive spells in game. The first spell pretty much everyone, yes, every character can get, is the missile spell. Yeah, very basic fire spell. The next pretty good fire spell is the classical fireball. Another interesting fire spell is the fire path. Lay down a fiery road. This is gonna do damage as well to yourself as to the enemy that steps on it. And the combination of both would be the blaze spell. Yeah, as you can see, a fire path and a fireball hovering above it. Okay, let's see. If we step on this here, we're gonna get damage. And yes, it can easily kill your party, as you can see. But that doesn't matter as long as the wizard having the resurrect spell, the vivify spell, of course, belonging to the chaos spell line, the yellow spell line, is still alive. He can bring the other characters back to life. Let's just heal them up a tiny little bit, because we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, that's it with the offensive spells of the fire line. If we have a look at the moon spell line, there is only one strong offensive spell. That's the witch wind. If we cast it, you can see that it does not only go straight, but it goes to different directions. And yes, when you play it multiplayer, you can make the very unpleasant experience of, yes, a team kill if the group of the other player of your friend is standing right next to you when you're casting a witch wind. The strongest offensive spell is, in my opinion, the disrupt spell. It's pretty much at the end of the chaos spell line, and it can just be an instant kill to a single monster just as well as to a group of monsters. Okay. Oh, and in my opinion, a pretty funny spell that can be reason for team kills, or the cause of team kills, and the cause of accidental suicides too, is the arc bolt. As you can see, when it hits a wall, it's being reflected. And if we're in a room like here, in a round room, it's gonna circle forever. It will only disappear when it hits a wooden door, a wooden wall, or a column, or of course when it hits an enemy, or the other team, or your team, of course. Okay. Now let's go on maybe with the moon spell line here to show you some of the illusionary magic. For example, there's a spell called Mind Rock. that's gonna cast a wall that is not really there. As you can see, the arc bolt will fly right through it, starting to the left, going to the right, starting to the left, going to the right. So the mine truck does not affect the arc bolt in any way. If we cast a spell called Trueview now, we see the dungeon as it really is. So the mine truck will disappear, but only for the character that has cast the Trueview. Please note that the arc bolt to the left, to the right, is not seeable when passing the momentary invisible illusionary wall, okay? And please don't tell me that I'm the only one who thinks that's funny or interesting. I really like that. This is, for example, what happens too when you fight Zendik, one of the bosses in the game, because his room is filled with illusionary walls. And in the beginning, you might think when you go in there and you fight him with having Trueview casted, that he can become invisible. No, he can't. He's just not seeable when, yeah, when exactly this here happens. Oh, what was that? Hold on. No, oh, that probably was the place spell we casted in the other room that just expired. Okay, what else can we do here to annoy this? Oh, hold on. An illusionary wall, a mind rock, is gonna stay forever, so that's no temporary spell. It's gonna stay here until we dispel it. And let's just do this right quick. So when we use the dispel, you see that we can see the whole flight of the arc bolt again. What else could we do to annoy this arc bolt here? Hold on, it's another arc bolt, a form wall. A form wall is going to put a real wall there. Let's see what happens. I have a real wall here. This is a temporary spell, so this this wall will not stay forever, but long enough to show you now that it definitely annoys the arc bolt in its flight. So now the arc bolt came from the right, went to the left and back, right, left, back. So it's now flying in a C-shaped way in that room we're in. It's not going around in a circle anymore. But now let's dispel the form wall again. We will not wait till it expires. What else can we do here? Oh, what is pretty nice here in this game, you can summon either illusions. Where are they at? Either illusions or real monsters that are gonna help you fight other monsters. But they will start fighting themselves or be accidentally hit by an arc bolt. Oh, those are the illusions, hold on, but we can summon real monsters too. They look the same. They are a bit stronger than the illusions. The illusions will die in an instant when they are attacked. The summons are a bit harder to kill, but in my opinion, none of them is of any use in the later levels of the game. They're just too weak. In the beginning, they are pretty useful, but not later on. So what else is there? Look, they're fighting each other. Who's gonna win? Well, probably the dark yellow one or the orange one, because he did more hits right from the beginning on, but oh well. What? Someone attacking me? Oh, yes. Where was the illusion? Okay, let's just kill it. If you really play multiplayer and you do not want the other player to find any stuff that you had maybe hidden, just do a conceal spell that you maybe wanted to keep for yourself. If you cast a Trueview, we of course see what is hidden and where, and we just pick it up now. Like I said in the introduction video already, that the Chaos Mage has a spell called Alchemy, where he can turn every piece of equipment you don't need anymore into gold with alchemy. Let's just do that. We put the item in his main hand and we get the money now. Although I don't need it anymore. Where I'm at at my level at the moment, you see I already have all the prizes. The characters have all the spells they need already. So what is there to say? Who's fighting here? Oh, they are fighting. Okay, what else is there to say? There is one spell, I guess, one spell that you need to have in order to beat the game. I think you cannot beat the game if you do not have, let me see, levitate. Yes, this is a spell that that makes you able to cross holes in the floor so you won't drop. That makes you be able to fly over holes in the floor. And hold on, I needed to look that up because I cannot show you that here in this part of the dungeon. I needed to look up where you need those spells. For example, here in the beginning of the on the moon tower, for the first you rise, for the second be wise. There is a place you need to cross this room here, and I don't think there is another possibility to do that if not one of your characters has the levitate spell. I think we tried to put a form wall in the room underneath the hole, but I do not remember if that worked. I think it didn't work. So I think you need levitate, but that's something I'm not sure of. I need to try that out again. Put a form wall underneath the hole to see if you can step over the hole then without dropping. And this here is another part. I think it's somewhere in the Chaos Tower. Only they with the quickest hand and the keenest eye will prevail. And this is a pretty good puzzle, in my opinion. Be brave and press onwards. As soon as you go into this room, you're going to be trapped. There is no way to get out of it anymore unless you solve the puzzle. And you have no other choice than going down the hole. And but you just seen that you dropped and there was something wrong. You dropped too far, and you have the impression that you dropped 2 floors, which you did. When you fall down again and have a close look, you've seen that there was a button you could press on that middle floor. And you can only solve that puzzle by casting levitate, and actually by preparing a levitate or casting one levitate here and preparing the other already. So you see, it's casted now. And now you have to press very quick, get prepared. And press quick. And then we stopped I stopped at the right floor. Yes, this is how to solve that puzzle. Keenest eye and the quickest hand. Really enjoyed that one. Yes, that was it with the presentation of spells in Bloodwych. I hope you got an impression of the variety of spells it had. I, for myself, found it very impressive. I really enjoyed the possibilities you had to interact with the environment by the spells. And yes, that's another thing, the variety and the interaction that made this game so special for me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. And if you experienced something else, or if I said something totally wrong, please leave a comment or correct me, or yeah, let me know what experiences you had with the game. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.